are you?
I'm good. How are you? Good.
Mac, with all the talk about Odell Beckham and where he could be going, what are your thoughts on him just as a player from the outside looking in at his career?
Yeah, I think he's a great player, and he has a choice to make, and that's up to him. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Would you like to have a guy like that authority?
Yeah, I think like I said, we have really good receivers here, and anybody that wants to help us win is obviously a benefit to the team. And I obviously believe that up to Coach Belichick, and you can ask him about it. But like I said, I know for a fact he's always wants people that will come here and help us win. So.
We were talking to Josh yesterday, and he was just saying, sometimes you go through a dry spell, like a couple incompletions, and he has to remind himself, it's 9 games that he's played, And you've talked about being hard on yourself.
Yeah.
What have you done to sort of remind yourself that it's only 9 games, but also take it easy on, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, that's obviously something you have to address is, even in college or whatever, if you have a little dry spout of incompletions, just try and find a way to get back on track and do your job. And it just comes back to taking a deep breath and, taking the completion and sticking to my rules. So Josh does a good job of explaining, what I need to be looking at, and he always guides me in the right direction. And Hoyer does a good job helping me as well. So it's great to have those guys just get me ready for the next series.
Mac, I know you face obviously a different defense every single week, but I'm curious if you've seen any trends maybe the last 2 or 3 weeks in how defenses have defended you versus maybe what you saw earlier in the season.
Yeah, I think every game there's a little bit of an added flavor to what they do, but a lot of defenses kind of just stick to what they know and what they're taught, and that's how offensive football is too. You don't try and create a bunch of new plays every week. You kind of stick to your bread and butter and make adjustments here and there. But I think like any game, there's adjustments that are made, and you just have to adjust on the sideline from an offensive standpoint and have a plan and be ready to go.
Matt, Brian Burns said today that an apology from you would be nice. Have you thought about reaching out to him to apologize? Would you like to apologize?
Yeah, I already addressed that situation, and I'm just looking forward to playing in this game with the guys we have on our team this week. So we're already kind of moving forward and ready to play this week.
Mike, we're broadcasting the game to Germany, and Jakob Johnson, German player. How is he as a teammate?
He's great. That's my guy. He's a great player and a great team player, and it's great because he always goes in and does exactly what he's supposed to do. And sometimes it's a limited opportunity just because of the position he plays, but he's always hitting his spot every time. So he's very he doesn't have a lot of errors and mistakes because he knows when he gets in there, these are the plays I'm going to do, and I'm going to give my best effort. So he does a great job representing, Germany, and obviously we're happy to have him on our team, and he's a great player.
Mac, this would be a fun one with Nelson here, but I just
What's up,
wondered
man?
how much of your job is keeping your receivers happy. I
Yeah.
think we asked Troy about, last game there wasn't a ton of receiver production, but for him, he said, that was cool because he got
Yeah.
in the game, but he also said every receiver wants to catch the ball. So how much of your job is making sure those guys are as involved as possible?
Yeah, I think it's all of my job, and as long as I've played, I've wanted to get the ball to other people because I'm not very fast. So I got to get it to them to let them make plays, and I can do a better job of that. And some games it's just a circumstance, whether you have a bigger lead or the game plan or whatever. So whatever the call is, they're going to do their job, whether it's blocking the DBs or safeties in the run game or whatever they have to do in the passing game. So they've done a great job all year doing that, and they're all they're all together and they work together as a unit, and they're a lot of fun to be able to throw the ball to them. And hopefully as I become more experienced and stuff, we'll be able to click even better, and I think that will happen in the near future.
Have you ever dealt with, whether here or somewhere else, have you ever dealt with a receiver saying, hey, you need to get me the ball, and how do you handle those situations?
Yeah, I think great receivers want the ball, so every quarterback's dealt with that, and it's a good problem to have is get me the rock and let me make some yards. So I think it's pretty simple, and like I said, I can do a better job of just getting them the ball on the plays that they can make yards with, and trying to get more completions and let them, run around and do what they do.
One thing I was curious about, you may not be fast by your own words, but you've picked up first downs. I think 4 first downs in the last 2 games, 3 by sneak. A lot of quarterbacks come out of college, and you look around the league, and a lot of them aren't comfortable or don't really execute that play with regularity. You've been able to do that. Why so?
Yeah, I think the quarterback sneak, you don't have to be too fast to do that. You just gotta find the right hole and go for it. So,
Did you run the sneak a lot at all in Alabama? Or in the past?
yeah, I think, throughout my journey here, I've done a little bit of that, but I can keep getting better at it, and it's a great play. So, yeah.
Before you go, any pearls of wisdom you want to share about Nelson Aguilar? Like any?
You'll have to ask him. I mean, Nelly's a great dude. He's laid back, has played a lot of football, and he's actually done a great job being a great mentor for me. And he gets here really early, so I need to start beating him here. So.
Thanks, man.
Turn, roll up your sleeves.
And let's get to the finish line together.
When did Bud Light Seltzer start making lemonade?
Probably when 2020 handed us all those lemons.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Opponents? I've gone up against thousands.
And there's an opponent we're all up against, COVID-19.
But there's a way to beat it. Get vaccinated.
So when it's your turn, roll up your sleeves.
And let's get to the finish line together.
When did Bud Light Seltzer start making lemonade?
Probably when 2020 handed us all those lemons.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Opponents? I've gone up against thousands.
And there's an opponent we're all up against, COVID-19.
But there's a way to beat it.